Okay, I want you to picture a massive industrial operation. We're talking billions of dollars in products flowing between different plants every single year. Now, what if I told you the entire financial integrity of that whole thing rested on one single piece of software? Well, today we're diving into the story of what happens when that critical system, called SVE, starts to show its age and the incredible journey to rebuild it completely from the ground up.
In the high-stakes world of petrochemicals, every single drop that moves between these giant plants has immense value. So as this quote makes crystal clear, the systems that track and bill for all this stuff, they're not just software. They are the absolute bedrock of the entire business. You get this wrong, and everything crumbles.
So that brings us right to the core problem. How in the world do you accurately manage this immense flow of products between all these interconnected industrial plants? This isn't just about logistics. It's a huge financial and operational puzzle that demands, absolute precision. Their answer to that puzzle was a system called SVE. The best way to think about it is like the central nervous system for all product movement. It pulls data right from the plant floor, crunches the numbers, and connects it directly to billing and planning. It's the one and only source of truth for who gets what, when they get it, and exactly how much they owe.
But, and this is a big but, here's where our story really kicks off. The original system, SVE 1.0, it was getting old. It was quickly becoming the villain in this story. A legacy system that was really struggling to keep up with the demands of a modern industrial world.
The main issue, SVE 1.0, was built on technology that was completely obsolete. And this is such a classic problem in big established industries, right? These critical systems, over time, become a major business risk. Every single day the company relied on this aging system, they were facing bigger security threats, maintenance nightmares, and basically zero ability to scale or adapt to anything new.
And a look at this tech stack really paints a picture of a bygone era. I mean, we're talking Windows Server 2008, a database from over a decade ago, and a system built for Internet Explorer 8. But its biggest weakness, the real killer, it completely depended on these slow, nightly data imports. It was like trying to run a modern business using a landline in a smartphone world. Sure, it worked, but it was incredibly rigid and just so inefficient.
So with the problem staring them right in the face, the company's internal information systems team started on this huge journey to build the future, SVE 2.0. And let me be clear, this wasn't just a patch or an update. This was a complete, ground-up rebuild, and it all started with a really meticulous, structured plan. You can see their methodical approach right here. They didn't just rush into coding. They started with a conceptual design. Then they gathered requirements from every single stakeholder and carefully defined the architecture. Only then, after all that, did they move into development, super rigorous testing, and finally, the rollout. This kind of structured lifecycle made sure the final product would be robust, reliable, and perfectly aligned with what the business actually needed.
And wow, the difference is just night and day. Look at this. On the front end, they leaped to a modern, responsive interface using tech like React. The backend was totally modernized. The database jumped forward a whole decade. But the real game changer? It's right there in that last row, moving from those slow nightly batches to real-time background jobs with a tool called Hangfire. That one change completely revolutionized their workflow. And this Hangfire thing, it's basically the secret sauce here. It's an open source tool that lets the system run complex tasks automatically, in the background, without anyone noticing. This is what finally broke that dependency on waiting for data overnight. It's the engine that powers all the new systems' real-time automation, and it was a total game changer for their operations.
Okay, so with all this powerful new tech in place, what could the system actually do? Let's take a look at the incredible new intelligence it brought to their day-to-day operations.
The benefits were huge, and they were immediate. Manual, error-prone processes like releasing measurements were now fully automated, which saved countless hours. Security got a massive upgrade by linking permissions to the company's central user directory, and crucially, data could now flow in real time to and from their Plant Information Management System, or PIMS. This gave them a live view of operations for the very first time. And here it is, the hero shot. This is the new SVE 2.0 interface. Gone are the clunky, dated screens of the past. This new design is clean, it's intuitive, and you can access it from any modern browser. This isn't just a facelift, it represents a fundamental shift in how people interact with mission-critical data, making their jobs so much easier and more efficient. The new system is also way smarter. It now automatically handles really complex business rules. Take this one, for example, fundo de escala. It's basically a contractual penalty that gets applied when a client draws a product so quickly that it goes beyond the meter's precision range. Before, that was a headache to calculate. Now, SVE 2.0 does it all on its own, ensuring financial accuracy without any manual work.
And under the hood, the system is just as elegant. It was designed with this really smart modular structure, where each component has a very clear purpose. So you've got modules for data registration, for administration, for daily operations, that all-important automation engine, and of course, reporting. This separation makes the system so much easier to maintain, to update, and to scale in the future.
This brings us to our final, and maybe the most important point of all. This project was never just about fixing an old, broken system. It was about building a solid foundation for the entire future of the company's operations.
And this really gets to the heart of why this project was such a success. SVE 2.0 wasn't just an update, it was designed from day one to be a flexible, strategic asset. The goal was never just to build a system that was perfect for today, but to build one that could easily adapt to whatever the business needs tomorrow.
And that flexibility was put to the test almost immediately during a rollout to a totally different business unit. See, this unit had unique needs. They had to integrate a separate energy management system, track new data like purity tags, and implement their own custom business rules. And because SVE 2.0 was built on that smart modular architecture, it handled all these customizations with ease, proving its value as a true platform for growth.
So in the end, this project delivered a rock-solid foundation, not just for what they need today, but for whatever comes next. It truly transformed a technological liability into a massive strategic advantage that is going to pay off for years and years to come.
And that leaves us with one final thought. This whole story shows the incredible power of modernizing a single critical system. It really makes you wonder, with this new automated foundation firmly in place, what's the next domino to fall? What is the next critical business process out there that's just waiting to be completely reinvented?